Throughout the vast course of history, humanity has continually pondered the ultimate destination of life. Among the many religious and philosophical systems, the concept of the Western Pure Land proposed by Buddhism is perhaps the most unique and thought-provoking. According to legend, the celestial beings in the heavens live almost without worries, constantly enjoying endless bliss of samadhi, appearing as the happiest beings in this world. However, Buddhism points out that one should not regard the heavenly realm as the ultimate place of perfect goodness and beauty. In fact, there is another realm far superior to the heavenly realm, which is the Buddha's Pure Land, known in Buddhism as the Western Pure Land of ultimate bliss. Where exactly does the mysterious and unfathomable Western Pure Land originate from? And why is it regarded as the ultimate ideal destination of life? This video unveils the veil of this ancient and wondrous world, introducing the most revered Pure Land within the Buddhist cosmology. Among the many practices in Buddhism, the Pure Land school is acclaimed as the most accessible and beneficial path. Expedient means reciting the name of Namo Amitabha Buddha daily, chanting thousands of times each day, and practicing consistently for several decades without change, thereby attaining the true fruit of cultivation. There are numerous historical examples of ordinary people who have successfully attained rebirth in the Pure Land through this practice. There was an elderly woman who was illiterate and lived in poverty, yet she devoted herself to sincere practice day after day for decades. 3 days before his passing, he told his neighbors that he was going on a long journey. 3 days later, he peacefully passed away in his room. It is said that he was reborn in the Western Pure Land of ultimate bliss. The path of Dharma practice is diverse and extensive, including the Vajrayana of Tibetan gurus, which emphasizes oral transmission between master and disciple, with esoteric methods of cultivation that are kept secret and not readily disclosed to outsiders. There is also the widely spread Chan, Zen, Buddhism in China, which emphasizes cultivating the mind and realizing the way, achieving Buddhahood through sudden enlightenment or gradual practice. The Pure Land school, characterized by its simplicity and accessibility to all, has become a popular path of practice for the masses. Simply sincerely reciting Namo Amitabha Buddha enables one to be received by the Buddha at the time of death, with the hope of being reborn in the Western Pure Land of ultimate bliss, thereby forever escaping the sufferings of the 6 realms of samsara. You may find yourself wondering, can simply reciting Namo Amitabha Buddha truly lead to rebirth in the Western Pure Land of ultimate bliss? Is it really that simple? Does the Pure Land school overly simplify the essence of the Dharma? If merely reciting this phrase can lead to attainment, who would still be willing to spend time studying the complex teachings of Chan Buddhism or seeking guidance from Vajrayana masters? In fact, this is not an exaggeration by the Pure Land sect. Many people may not have realized that the phrase Amitabha Buddha carries immense spiritual power, ranking among the most precious mantras in the world. The term Namo signifies sincere refuge, reverence, and veneration toward a particular bodhisattva or Buddha. Therefore, Namo Amitabha Buddha expresses the highest reverence and faith in Amitabha Buddha. You may be curious why Buddhists often chant Namo Amitabha Buddha, but rarely hear chants like Namo Maitreya Buddha or Namo Shakyamuni Buddha. This is because this Buddhist name is regarded as the key to the Western Pure Land of ultimate bliss. This profound truth was not common knowledge over 2,500 years ago. It was personally revealed by the Buddha Shakyamuni to his disciples that sincerely and wholeheartedly reciting Namo Amitabha Buddha enables one to be reborn in the Western Pure Land of ultimate bliss. Why was Shakyamuni so confident that reciting the name of Amitabha Buddha could lead devotees to the Western Pure Land of ultimate bliss? What profound mysteries does the Western Pure Land hold? How did the Buddha reveal this truth to the world? According to the Amitabha Sutra, one day, Shakyamuni Buddha was in the country of Sravasti, expounding the Dharma to a multitude of disciples. At that time, not only human disciples were listening to the Dharma, but even celestial beings from the heavenly realms and bodhisattvas also came to hear the teachings. In this solemn Dharma assembly, the Buddha revealed to all sentient beings for the first time the existence of the Western Pure Land of ultimate bliss. He told the public that to the west of our Saha world, at a distance of 100 trillion Buddha lands, there is an extraordinarily beautiful world called the Pure Land. This vow has raised many questions. Why is the world we live in called the Saha world? How far exactly is the realm of 100 trillion Buddha lands? What makes the Western Pure Land of ultimate bliss so extraordinary? The introduction of Shakyamuni Buddha reveals the unique cosmology of Buddhism. In the Buddhist perspective, the universe is far more vast and complex than we imagine. In addition to the well-known Soul world and the Western Pure Land of ultimate bliss, there also exist numerous worlds in the east, south, north, as well as above and below. Moreover, each direction does not consist of just one world, but is composed of countless smaller worlds collectively. These small worlds are the Buddha lands and Buddha realms created by different Buddhas according to their own will. This concept bears a strong resemblance to the virtual worlds created by modern technology. Just like the popular concept of the causal universe today, people can create a virtual space that follows self-defined rules through computer technology. The Buddha pointed out that the true universe is just like this, with all different cosmic dimensions manifested by Buddhas possessing supreme wisdom. The Saha world we inhabit encompasses the 6 realms of samsara, which include both the realms of good and evil karma, as well as the purely good realms. In other Buddhist realms, the rules may be entirely different. Some may exist solely as heavenly paths, without any suffering or evil. All of this depends on the Buddha's vow and wisdom in establishing the Buddha land. A Buddha is the creator of each small world, and the Buddha lands created by different Buddhas naturally each have their own distinct characteristics. Why is our world called the Saha world? The Saha world also implies the meaning of endurance, indicating that sentient beings in this world have an extraordinary ability to endure suffering. They prefer to continue the endless cycle of suffering within the 6 realms of rebirth, rather than truly awaken and transcend this realm. Therefore, the Saha world is also referred to as the human realm. In contrast, the Western Pure Land of ultimate bliss is a pure land created by Amitabha Buddha based on his profound vows and compassionate power. It is a realm of only goodness and beauty, completely free from pain and suffering. Hence it is called the land of ultimate bliss. This pure land is located in the west, 10 trillion Buddha lands away from us. This means that between the land of ultimate bliss and our Saha world, there are 10 trillion Buddha lands created by different Buddhas, illustrating the vast number of Buddhas. From this perspective, the Buddhist cosmology can explain many questions that modern science still finds difficult to resolve. Contemporary mainstream science holds that the universe began with the Big Bang. However, scientists have yet to reach a consensus on why the Big Bang occurred or what exists beyond the universe. Buddhist cosmology offers a possible explanation. The universe we inhabit is merely the Saha world, beyond which exist countless parallel universes created by Buddhas, each governed by entirely different laws and principles. From a more macro perspective, behind the Big Bang of the universe, there may be a powerful spiritual force concealed. According to Buddhist teachings, it may be an advanced being who has attained Buddhahood through cultivation and, based on their own conception, created this universe. Subsequently, the Big Bang occurred, giving birth to our world. Although Buddhist scriptures do not explicitly specify which Buddha created our Saha world, fortunately, Shakyamuni Buddha has provided detailed accounts of Amitabha Buddha's creation of the Western Pure Land of ultimate bliss. In an extremely distant past, beyond countless great eons, Dipankara Buddha appeared in the world. After Dipankara Buddha, 53 Buddhas subsequently appeared, and the 54th Buddha was named Shizhezewang Buddha. At that time, a certain king, upon hearing the Buddha Shakyamuni's teachings, was filled with joy of the Dharma in his heart and resolutely gave up his throne to become a monastic. This Dharma joy can be understood as a profound spiritual awakening, akin to the overwhelming happiness and fulfillment that arise in our hearts when we suddenly grasp a deep truth in life. The king who renounced the throne was the previous life of Ajatasattu Buddha. At that time, his Dharma name was Dharmakosha, and he was a Rama. Monk Dharmakara was different from ordinary monks. Before Buddha Shakyamuni, he made a great vow. Unwilling to see sentient beings sinking into the sea of suffering, he aspired that after attaining Buddhahood through his own cultivation, he would create a completely different Buddha land, one of pure bliss without any pain, where all beings from the 10 directions and all Buddha realms could be reborn and dwell peacefully. The Buddha-free King Shizai, sensing Fazang's sincerity, used his Buddha power to show him the lands of Buddhas in the 10 directions, presenting to Fazang the virtues and faults, beauty and ugliness of the celestial beings in each Buddha land, as well as the qualities of each realm, both their strengths and weaknesses. Subsequently, the monk Dharmakara spent a full 5 kalpas contemplating and shaping his vision of the ideal Pure Land, a duration unimaginably long. According to calculations based on Mahayana Sutras, the 5 great kalpas amount to approximately 6. Fazang's first vow is, if I attain Buddhahood. According to Buddhist script, once sentient beings are born in the Western Pure Land of ultimate bliss, it is noteworthy that in the Saha world, even Devas in the heavenly realms are not immortal. Their lifespans are limited, and they will eventually re-enter the cycle of the 6. The compassionate vows of Amitabha Buddha also taken in the Western Pure Land, sentient beings, more important, for example, the power of knowledge of past and future lives, Pubbanavasanasidya with Mekrane, allows one to understand past and present lives, while the corresponding power in the Western Pure Land is manifested over countless kalpas. The divine eye, Dibakako, enables one to see scenes beyond hundreds of billions of Buddha fields. The divine ear, Dibasota, allows one to hear the teachings of other Buddhas beyond hundreds of billions of Buddha fields, and the ability of supernatural travel, Iddhivida, permits one to fly across hundreds of billions of Buddha fields in a single thought. The power of these supernatural abilities far surpasses our imagination. The material environment of the Western Pure Land is equally extraordinary and transcendent. According to descriptions, the earth of the Pure Land is composed of the 7 treasures: gold, silver, lapis lazuli, coral, amber, agate, and carnelian, forming an endless, boundless, and flat jeweled land. Although there are no mountains, seas, or lakes, if sentient beings wish to behold landscapes of mountains and waters, they only need a single thought to employ divine power, and all they desire will be attained. Whatever clothes one wishes to wear instantly appear on the body. Whatever food one desires, delicious flavors manifest immediately. Interestingly, Buddhist scriptures record that although the land of ultimate bliss has delicious food, sentient beings do not actually consume it. They only need to appreciate its color, fragrance, and taste to experience the beauty. The entire Pure Land is adorned with pavilions, towers, and halls constructed from the 7 treasures, and everywhere one can see trees made of the 7 treasures. In the center of the Pure Land stands a colossal Bodhi tree representing Amitabha Buddha. All the flowers on the trees emitted dazzling radiance, and as the gentle breeze stirred the jeweled trees, they produced sublime Buddhist sounds. All of this is not merely for visual beauty. The wind, fragrance, water, and flowers of the Pure Land continuously proclaim the profound Dharma. This Dharma is the fundamental source of happiness for all beings in the Pure Land. The Buddhist scripture describes that even a gentle breeze from the Pure Land of ultimate bliss brushing against your body allows you to experience the meditative bliss attained in the Saha world at the stage of the extinction of defilement samadhi. The exquisite beauty of this Zen music transcends what language can describe. In the Western Pure Land, merely being gently brushed by a breeze can instantly awaken this supreme aspiration. Having understood the various beauties of the Pure Land, the key question arises: how can one be reborn in the Western Pure Land of ultimate bliss? Is it truly possible to attain realization solely by reciting Namo Amitabha Buddha? Why do some people believe that it is effective only if one recites several thousand to even tens of thousands of times daily? What kind of method of chanting the Buddha's name is the most effective? Returning to the original teachings of the Buddhist sutras, before becoming a Buddha, Amitabha Buddha made a vow that regardless of which Buddha land beings come from, as long as they have committed no unforgivable great sins, sincerely believe in the existence of the Western Pure Land, and genuinely wish from their heart to be reborn there, even if they only chant Namo Amitabha Buddha 10 times, they will successfully be reborn in the Pure Land. When a person is nearing death in the Saha world, Amitabha Buddha, Avalokiteshvara Bodhisattva, and Madhyamaprapta Bodhisattva will personally come to guide and escort sentient beings to the Western Pure Land of ultimate bliss. Therefore, according to the scriptures, the conditions for rebirth in the Pure Land are not overly stringent. The key lies in sincere and genuine mind. It is not necessary to force oneself to recite the Buddha's name thousands or tens of thousands of times daily. Even a single sincere thought with 10 recitations can lead to accomplishment. This condition may seem simple, and some might think, since that is the case, I need not practice during my daily life, but can simply sincerely recite the Buddha's name at the moment of death and still attain rebirth in the Pure Land. The Buddhist scriptures provide clear answers regarding this kind of last-minute, desperate approach. Shakyamuni Buddha mentioned in his dialogue with disciples that there are 2 ways to be reborn in the Western Pure Land of ultimate bliss: transformation birth and womb birth. The term transformation birth refers to beings who, through long-term practice of reciting the Buddha's name in their past lives, cultivate profound wisdom and sincerely believe in Amitabha Buddha, wholeheartedly aspiring to the Western Pure Land. After rebirth, such beings manifest within a 7-jeweled lotus, instantly radiating light like a bodhisattva, possessing both wisdom and merit. Birth from a womb refers to those who have insufficient cultivation, shallow wisdom, and harbor doubts in their hearts. After passing away, they are guided to the jeweled palaces on the outskirts of the Pure Land. Although this palace is splendid, with ample clothing, food, shelter, and transportation, and free from the suffering of punishment, those born from the womb who dwell here for 500 years can only remain within the palace. They cannot practice the Dharma together with Amitabha Buddha, nor can they, like other celestial beings, freely traverse the Buddha lands by means of supernatural powers. Only by cultivating wisdom here and genuinely believing in Amitabha Buddha with wholehearted faith can they manifest from the jeweled lotus and draw near to Amitabha Buddha. It is evident that the core practice of Pure Land Buddhism lies in sincerely and wholeheartedly believing in Amitabha Buddha and earnestly aspiring to be reborn in the Western Pure Land of ultimate bliss. This faith is not a superficial acknowledgement, but a heartfelt conviction and yearning. However, the Western Pure Land described by the Buddha is so beyond ordinary understanding that many find it difficult to sincerely accept this concept. Shakyamuni Buddha had long foreseen this situation. During his lifetime, he could directly manifest the Pure Land to his disciples through supernatural powers. However, after the Buddha's parinirvana, he predicted that very few people would truly believe in the existence of the Western Pure Land of ultimate bliss. Therefore, he deliberately left behind a method called the 16 contemplations, which allows practitioners to personally visualize and perceive the existence of the Western Pure Land through meditation practices akin to samadhi. In the journey of exploring the Western Pure Land, we traverse ancient legends and Buddhist scriptures, experiencing an ideal realm free from worldly suffering, filled with auspicious connections and beauty. The Western Pure Land is not only the core aspiration of Buddhist faith, but also a profound exploration of humanity's ultimate meaning of life. It opens up a new perspective for us to contemplate life, the universe, and the spiritual homeland through its unique cosmology and practice philosophy. From the perspective of its conceptual origin, the Western Pure Land was established by Amitabha Buddha after a long period of contemplation and decision-making. It embodies the essence of countless Buddha lands and carries the compassionate aspiration for sentient beings to be freed from suffering and attain happiness. Here, free from the suffering of the 6 realms of samsaric rebirth, sentient beings can transform into devas or bodhisattvas, endowed with limitless supernatural powers and infinite lifespans, bathing in the radiance of the Dharma to attain the state of utmost goodness and perfection. From the perspective of practice methods, although the Nianfo, chanting Buddha's name, method of the Pure Land School appears simple, it contains profound wisdom. The phrase, Namo Amitabha Buddha, serves as a bridge connecting the mundane world with the Pure Land. As long as one is sincere at heart, even a single sincere utterance over 10 years can lead to liberation. This provides all sentient beings with an equal opportunity for emancipation, embodying the fundamental nature of Buddhism's equality and universal salvation. In modern society, the concept of the Western Pure Land, though imbued with a sense of mystery, reflects humanity's enduring quest for spiritual transcendence and a beautiful life. In the spiritual realm untouched by science, it offers an explanation and solace, allowing people to find inner peace and hope when facing the impermanence of life and suffering. It reminds us that beyond the material world, there exists a vast spiritual realm worthy of exploration, guiding us to approach life with a more positive and kind attitude and to pursue the elevation and awakening of the mind. Whether you are a devout believer or a curious explorer, the story of the Western Pure Land serves as a beacon, illuminating our contemplation of the nature of life and its ultimate destination. It tells us that perhaps in some corner of the universe, there truly exists a pure land beyond suffering, filled only with goodness, and the path to that realm begins with the purity of a single moment of our present mind.